You decide not to sleep, not tonight, not tomorrow, not for an entire week. Sounds extreme, but here is exactly what happens inside your body, hour by hour, stage by stage, and it is far stranger than you think. Right now, at hour 0, you feel completely fine. Alert, awake, maybe even a little proud of yourself. But something invisible has already started building inside your brain. To understand what's about to happen, you need to understand sleep. Not as rest, but as your brain's most critical maintenance window. You spend roughly 1/3 of your entire life unconscious. And every moment of it is doing. Every hour you're awake, your neurons fire constantly, burning energy. A byproduct of all that firing is a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine is the brain's built-in molecule for tracking sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. That heavy, foggy, eyes-drooping feeling you get, that's adenosine talking. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors, but it doesn't clear the build-up. The pressure just keeps climbing, waiting for. While you sleep, a hidden plumbing system inside your brain switches on. It's called the glymphatic system, your brain's internal cleaning crew. Cerebrospinal fluid pulses through channels, flushing out metabolic waste, including a protein called beta amyloid, linked to long-term brain damage. This cleaning process is roughly 10 times more active during sleep. Every hour you skip sleep, more waste accumulates with nowhere to go. Your brain is essentially swimming. Sleep also does something you simply cannot replicate any other way. It consolidates your memories, moving today's experiences into permanent storage. During deep sleep, your hippocampus replays events from the day. Think of it as a nightly save file your brain cannot skip. Without that save, new information fades before it can stick. So at hour 0, your brain is already running on borrowed time. The countdown has started, and you don't. It starts innocently enough. You're just a little tired. By hour 12, your eyes feel like raw sandpaper. Your body keeps sending the same signal: go to sleep. You push through, coffee in hand, willpower already running thin. By hour 17, something quietly shifts inside your skull. Your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making engine, starts to dim. Reaction times slow and short-term memory begins slipping away. You don't feel dangerous yet. You cross the 24-hour mark, and something is very wrong. Research suggests your cognitive impairment now rivals a blood alcohol level of around US 10%. That's legally drunk in most countries, without a single drink. Judgment, impulse control, reaction time, all in the red zone now. You feel irritable, weepy, foggy, emotions misfiring in every direction. Your brain is stuck cycling between alert and sleep without settling. You think you're functioning fine. Your brain strongly. Over the next 12 hours, sleep pressure becomes almost physical. Adenosine, your brain's rest now chemical, floods your system. Your appetite spikes, hunger signals and sleep signals share neural wiring. Coordination falters, and simple tasks feel suddenly clumsy and strange. Your mood swings wildly, laughing one moment, snapping the next. A second wind hits, a sudden and tempting surge of energy. Don't be fooled, that's just cortisol masked. At around 36 hours awake, something terrifying and invisible begins. Microsleeps. Your brain shuts off completely for just a few seconds. There is zero warning, zero awareness, just a sudden gap. One moment you're awake, then a blank. Then you're back, confused. Behind a wheel, 2 seconds of darkness can be lethal. Research links drowsy driving at this stage to impairment like drunk driving. At highway speed, a 2-second microsleep covers roughly 100 feet blind. You are not just exhausted, you are already. Around hour 36, your brain starts doing something terrifying. Without warning, it just shuts off. For a second, maybe 2. These are microsleeps, your brain stealing tiny scraps of unconsciousness. You don't feel them coming. You don't know they happened. One moment you're staring at the ceiling, then suddenly you weren't. By hour 48, these blackouts are hitting multiple times an hour. Your brain is doing this against your will. Then something stranger starts, right around the 48-hour mark. Something flickers in the corner of your eye. A shadow shifts, a sound that wasn't there. Your brain is generating noise where there is none. Not full hallucinations yet, just static at the edges. A smear of color, A voice that cuts off instantly. Your visual cortex is misfiring, filling gaps with invented data. The world you're seeing is no longer in. Your ability to think clearly is now in freefall. Simple choices, what to eat, what to say, feel impossible. Your prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, is barely online. You start decisions that made sense, then abandon them mid-thought. Holding a single idea feels like gripping wet soap. You forget mid-sentence what you were even trying to say. This isn't just tired, this is severe. Then comes one of the strangest feelings a human can experience. You look at your hands, and they don't feel like yours. You hear your own voice, and it sounds like a stranger's. This is depersonalization. Your brain's grip on self is loosening. It's not a metaphor. You genuinely feel outside your own body. Like watching yourself from a distance, through frosted glass. Your brain is so exhausted it can't maintain. By hour 72, the hallucinations are no longer just flickers. You see faces in blank walls, objects that shouldn't be there. Your brain is now generating fully vivid, invented experiences. You genuinely cannot tell which parts of your reality are real. Delusions begin. Your brain invents explanations for the noise it's making. Researchers call this sleep deprivation psychosis, and it's exactly that. You are losing your grip on what is real. Day 4, 72 hours without sleep, and something shifts. The hallucinations you had before, shadows and flickers, now they are full, complex, three-dimensional faces staring at you. A face floats in the corner of the room, watching. It has features. It has expression. Your brain built it from nothing. This is stage 4, sleep deprivation psychosis territory. Your brain is no longer just glitching. It is rewriting. The delusions start small, a sense someone moved your things. Then bigger. You become convinced someone is watching through the walls. Your thoughts scatter mid-sentence. You cannot hold an idea together. Doctors call this disordered thinking. Ideas collide and collapse. The terrifying part? You cannot tell this from real perception. Your sleep-starved frontal lobe has lost its grip on reality checking. From the outside, this is clinically indistinguishable from. Here is where we anchor the science. Randy Gardner, 1964, 17 years old, awake for roughly 264 hours. Under documented scientific observation, this is the real record. By day 4, Randy hallucinated he was a famous football player. He could not read a sign from a few feet away. By the final days, he needed help completing his own sentences. After one long recovery sleep, he was largely Stage 5. Beyond 72 hours, your immune system starts crumbling. White blood cells slow their response. Pathogens slip through uncontested. Inflammatory markers spike. Your body reads itself as under siege. At the cellular level, the risk of apoptosis rises. Apoptosis, cells activating their own programmed death sequence. Your neurons have been firing without rest for over 90 hours. Quietly, at the molecular level, some begin approaching 7 days in. The furthest recorded science has taken this. Your body is fighting on every front and losing ground fast. The only exit is the one thing you have been refusing. Sleep. The instant you surrender to it, recovery begins almost immediately. Randy slept roughly 14 hours, then woke largely functional. Within days, not weeks, most cognitive functions returned. The brain is desperate to heal. The moment your head hits the pillow, your brain lunges for deep sleep. No gentle drifting, just an immediate crash into slow-wave stages. You might sleep 12, 14, even 15 hours straight. Your body is desperately hoarding every second of restorative sleep it can get. But when you finally surface, something still feels wrong. Groggy, irritable, slow to find words, the debt is not yet paid. One marathon sleep session cannot repay 7 days pass, and the cognitive haze still clings to you. Memory recall is patchy, and your reaction time stays sluggish. Some studies suggest full cognitive recovery can take weeks, not days. Your immune system, flooded with stress hormones, is still struggling to rebuild. And here is the part neuroscientists are still wrestling with. Animal research hints that some neurons exposed to prolonged deprivation may not fully recover. For humans, current science is cautious. Definitive answers are still being written. What we do know is that the damage window is real, and so is. Here is what neuroscientists do agree on. Your brain wants to heal, and the single most protective habit they point to is deceptively simple. A consistent sleep schedule, same bedtime, same wake time, every single day. Regularity anchors your circadian clock so your body knows exactly when to repair. It also keeps your glymphatic system, your brain's nightly waste-flushing network, running on schedule. That nightly flush removes proteins linked to long-term cognitive decline. The brain that sleeps on a reliable rhythm is every week on this channel. You step inside a different extreme scenario, and science shows you exactly what your body would do. Subscribe so you never miss the next one.